These are the full instructional videos for the top and bottom edges of a hardback book. Make sure that you've previously done a paperback book. This is a more advanced technique. You should have completed the outer edge of a hardback book using a hardback book press. Now that press won't work for the top and bottom edges. You'll need 2 small cutting boards and 2 locking clamps. Open up the hardback book and use the cutting boards to hold the paper. Place the locking clamps firmly around the cutting boards, and then we want to adjust the edge to be sticking up just a little bit above the cutting boards so we have room for sanding. Then tighten all the way. Then you want to sand it until it is smooth and fine and perfectly flat. If you are using Bookery primer, this is the point that you add a layer of the primer, dry it, add a second layer of the primer, and dry it. The type of glue used to bind book edges can melt or burn at above 150 degrees, so we want to keep our heat press away from those edges. The first thing that I do is put tape down. This will leave a nice crisp edge when the design is more full coverage. Center your design and mark the outside edges of the top and bottom of your Bookery edge, and then trim. Now we want to match up our edges. There will be about 1.5 inches of overhang. Don't forget your Bookery edge will be a mirrored design of what's already on your book. So when you're folding it over and matching it up with the ink side down, the corners should match up perfectly. Tape your first edge down, pull tight across, then tape the last couple millimeters of the spine again. This is going to remind us not to get too close to that glue. With your heat press on high, I start at the spine edge, leaving those couple millimeters of space. 45 seconds, firm pressure, work your way across. Lift up and see if there's any place that needs a little bit more heat. When you peel back that first layer of tape, you should have a nice crisp line. You can immediately do the top edge. Once you're finished with both the top and the bottom edges, I like to let it cool in the clamps with the book closed so that those hardback edges aren't being held open for too long. Once it's cooled, you can pull it out, crack the book if you used Bookery primer, and fan your pages. You can now put the dust jacket back on your book. You now have a whole book finished. Display your book and enjoy. Don't forget to come back to bookerybesties.com and order more Bookery Edges.